Hello everyone and welcome back to Krastorio 2. This is Otaku Showboat and this is the second time I am recording this because I have been doing a lot of stuff with my audio today just to help get rid of that static that you could hear in the background while I was talking. As it turns out, that is a function of my audio interface. It may be that my interface is just not working right anymore. I've had it since 2014. It may need to be replaced. I'm going to do what I can to try to reduce the noise coming out of it. I have determined that the noise is not from my microphone. It's not what's being picked up by the microphone. It's some sort of electrical static noise from the interface itself. I can hook up headphones to the audio interface and disconnect the microphone and still hear that same audio static from it. And it gets powered from my computer itself through the USB line. I've got like little clamps to help stop electrical interference on this USB line. It's probably not the USB line, and I've changed the USB line to make sure. I've changed the USB port on the computer. It may just be the audio interface itself. But anyway, today we are going to set up the advanced tech cards. But first, I wanted to show that productivity actually works on these systems. We are about to get a productivity there. We can just see right there, we just got 2 sets of 5 out of this one machine with tritium. We just got 10 on the output on that tritium from the productivity output. So that is shown to be the case there. Now I'm going to put these a little bit further away. I'm also going to shift you down 1 and get 4 of these guys. I think that's the spacing. Yes, it is. I'm going to power that and grab some U-238. Now, the U-238 is radioactive, as is the U-235. I'm going to take the excess U-235 from there and stick it in here so that we can see what the actual outputs are from this system. And what we should be able to find is that we're going to get 31 and 2 on stone. We're going to use 30, so that's +1 from that first cycle. This next cycle should give us another +1, and then another +1, and then another +1. And on the 5th cycle, we should have 32 out, and we'll also end up with 4 out on the stone. So there's that. We've gotten, thus far, 2 cycles in, 2 net extra U-235, as well as 4 units of stone. This next cycle is going to give us another 2 units of stone and another +1. As expected, this next cycle should be the exact same thing. We're just trying to get to that productivity cycle, which will happen at the same time as the ending of the 5th cycle. There's that, and that. This is the cycle that all the money is banked on. Because apparently the Ave decided to do a not very scientific test and determine that this does not give productivity. This gives productivity outputs. This absolutely gives productivity outputs. It is +1 U-235 on the productivity output. It also does give you twice the stone. It absolutely gives you twice the stone as a standard cycle. So you get the output of the +1 uranium and the 2 stone extra for each productivity cycle, which is every 5th cycle. And I'm just gonna go ahead and grab all of this stuff, probably die in the process. We shall see about that. You can take all that U-230, whatever. 8, U-238, and that is the basic test. I could also have a look and see the uranium ore, how that impacts the outputs on these percentage-based systems. I think that the output is still based off of the percentages on the output here, so there should be a 0.7% chance on a productivity cycle that you should get a U-235. There should be a 0.7% chance that you should not get a U-238. On a productivity cycle, it should be a 25% chance that you do not get the productivity output of the iron, and a 50% chance that you should not get a productivity on the stone, but I could be completely wrong about that. It appears, just by what I've seen on the output of the U235 from this system, while having the productivity on, it does appear as if you are not guaranteed an output on the productivity cycle. From what I can tell, the productivity cycle should just be a running of the results of the recipe, and it could be whatever that percentage-based output is, for as calculated for that particular recipe. Anyway, with all of that said, it is time to move on. We are about to pick up matter processing, which is necessary to get into the singularity stuff. Very soon we will pick this up, and we will also get into the next tech. I am going to go for a restock in my mall. I want to request some extra units of the fast transport belts. Now, as I said, I have already recorded this particular episode, so I know what I want to do. I can do it faster now that I know what I want to do. I've done my planning and all of that already. Just, my audio was bad. Horrible. Let me explain to you just how horrible that audio quality was. Because my noise gate was off by a lot. I probably still have to adjust the noise gate a little bit, but it was a little bit too aggressive, so my voice was getting cut off a lot, and the static noise was really high. The reason for that is because I attempted to fix the issue by reducing the gain. Oops. No, as it turns out, when you have an issue like that with an electrical interference noise, the noise volume doesn't change. What you have control over is the signal noise, the signal to noise ratio. So you're wanting to get more signal for the set noise to try to reduce the effect of that noise, and that is exactly what I have done. Now, I have boosted gain for the microphone. I have adjusted my gate accordingly. That does mean we may pick up additional volume from outside sources, unfortunately. You'll probably get more volume coming out of my keyboard as well as my mouse when you hear me drink my coffee, which I have next to me and is now tepid. You could probably hear more of that going on, as well as the setting of my thing on the desk. This is going to have to be the things that I'll have to live with, and you'll have to deal with as we go forward, unfortunately. I am making these beams, right? Yes. And yes. And I can actually make matter plants now. I will need these two things to get into my singularity stuff. These are buildings that I will need to do singularity tech cards. Just giving things a think ahead of time in that regard. I could use more rocket fuel on me. Just a point to make there. Let's get rid of these requests for specific things that I don't really need anymore to be in my inventory. That is just fine. Okay, you. Helmot has been fixed, so now I can actually go in and I can productivity the living bejesus out of these. Let's go ahead and take care of all of that. And once I get my matter, my advanced tech cards, I will be able to change these buildings. I'll be able to take the techs for these buildings. Now, hello, my dolly. My dolly's here. She's brought me a bottle cap, a little clear bottle cap. Hey, Dolly. You've gone and You've gone to rest now. You've just laying down. You want to play next to me? Okay. She's not screaming at me to throw the thing for her. She just wants to. When was that autosave? There has not been an autosave. You know, this happened last time too. This happened last time too. So I just lost everything in the car. Great. Fantastic. Sure. Well then. Building. Gib vehicle for me. I would like vehicle. Vehicle. And some spares. Spares would be good too. I need to wait on steel. Really? Really? Oh, that doesn't need to be there. Well, this is fantastic. I can't believe this happened again. So I, in my previous recording of this exact part, I also got the car dead through the similar circumstance. I was riding out to build the factory for the advanced tech cards, and yeah, got hit by a train, and I loaded an autosave, but we haven't autosaved yet in this recording, so I would have to go all the way back to the beginning, basically. I could. I mean, we didn't really do anything of note, and that would be faster, I think, a bit. Then I'd have to go and I'd have to reassign these buildings here, and yeah, I may not actually have the tech yet to do that. Yeah, we'll be fine. Hey, we're making a car. We are making a vehicle. I then have to fill the vehicle with stuff, shenaniganry. Well, this is a good time to sort out what's in the vehicle. I guess we can have a look and see, reconfigure the inventory of the car. Now that we've lost the inventory of the car. Thanks, game. It's my own stupidity, I guess. Also, you need... Oh, lots of these. Here. Let's add some speed to this process. Oh. Oh, hello. Is that steel? Yes. Of course it is. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be steel? I am just constantly burning steel on gear wheels and such, and beams. Constant expense there. But at least I have the productivity. Anyway, vehicles. Let's go ahead and start filling vehicle. Vehicle needs vehicle fuel. I don't have vehicle fuel. Or do I? So I have these small portable generators, which, you know, can't help. Thankfully, I've got some fuel. I will give that a whole bunch of pipe as well as some power poles, big power poles. Yes, meow, meow. My dolly's meowing. Mrr. Yes, my dolly. How's my dolly? Hey, Papa. You're playful now? Yes, you're playful. I hope you can hear that. Dolly lost her collar. Yeah, meow. Where'd your collar go? Where's your collar? Her entire collar is off of her neck now. I was going to mention that she lost her bell on her collar. No, now her entire collar is gone. What did you do to your collar? You got Yeah, you got this. Here, go get it. Go play. What happened to the baby's collar? I'm sure it's somewhere. I'm sure it's somewhere. That we don't have anything hanging on the collar that they wear around the house. It's just to have a bell to tell us where they are. Because the last thing we want is to have missing kitties in the house. We want to know where they are, or at least be able to easily find where they are. Why do I have that many fuel refineries? Like, what? What? Here, have some of this stuff too. Hold on to emergency supplies. That's what the vehicle is primarily intended for. Emergency supplies. Uh, what else shall I put in the vehicle? Uh, belt. Belt is good to have in the vehicle, as well as, um, just, more rail, more belt, and that'll be that. Get rid of these. Alright, that was a pretty good, distraction. Waste of time. Let me go and pick up some more vehicle fuel as well as some more rocket fuel. And let's not die. Let's not kill this vehicle. That would be not good. Not good. In the slightest. Okay, let's get going. My rocket fuel can be obtained at a fueling station over here. Wow, forest. Forest! Must die. All forest must die. You there, give me... a few stacks of things. And then I'll go over and grab an additional stack of fuel for the vehicle, just in case. Let's make a good driveway on the side here, because this has annoyed me greatly. Alright, off we go. We're on our way. On our merry little way. Towards certain destruction and mayhem. Advanced tech cars are very easy to get into. That is one of the things I wanted to make clear today. They are super simple. We already have everything that we need to make them, in fact. And this is crystals, right? This is the Immersite crystals. I want more powder. I would like more powder, but we shall see. I have beaconed the living hell out of my Immersite shenaniganry. Alright, I need to go up if I want to grab some thingies. Thingies! I want that full 60 on that belt as another side note on that red circuits. Hello, thingy. Come to the... let's see, where is this again? Over here. Here's my oil setup. I've got a few extra units of fuel for the car. We could make biofuel on demand without using any of this. We could make advanced fuel as well, if I so desired. I don't see the reason. I really don't see the reason to. I don't really need it. Looks like I'm using a few of my trains for the petroleum gas right now. Okay, let us do this. What is a little bit not very good here, having to re-record this video, is that is now, the initial video that I recorded of this was over 45 minutes long. So that's over 45 minutes of footage that is dead to me now. Let's get through this in 30. which is, 10 more minutes. We have 10 minutes, 10 whole minutes or less to set up the advanced tech cards as my minions destroy this forest for me. Goodbye, forest. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful destruction and mayhem. Okay, I need to redo the names of all of these. This is going to be D Advanced TC1. That is going to be on all three of those. We have supply for Advanced TC1. We have our request for rare metals at Advanced TC1. We have our request for Immersite powder at Advanced TC1. We have our request for the lithium sulfur batteries at Advanced TC1. We have our request for, what the heck was it again? Electric engine units at Advanced TC1, and we have our request for the blank tech cards. Blank TC at Advanced TC1. There we go. We are good to go. Good. We are good. Gouda cheese to go. Grab that and do that there. And do this here. That will be my setup. We'll do this little doohickey. So I don't have to go walking across these rails all that much. You are the blank tech cards, the blankiest of blank. You are electric engine units, the most electrified of the engine units. You are the lithium sulfur batteries. Immersite powder. There we go. And the rare metals, the rarest of the rare metals. Let's get ourselves a pin going. And we can see it's 13, 3, and 3. I'm going to build this a little bit differently with the power of the bacon. Yes, bacon power. I am not going to overdo it on the bacon power, though. So what that means is I'm going to have an electric engine, an electric furnace, followed by that, and we're going to have our speed modules on each side, and that this is the equivalent of 2. This is the equivalent of 2. Now, you may be wondering, but hey, this is the equivalent of 3 in terms of space. Well, this is also the equivalent of 4. And 6, 8, etc. 10, 12, 14. That's all I need. Yeah, it's plus 1 beacon worth of space used, but I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And of course, you can also do that in the alternative. That. Excuse me. There and there. There and there. There and there. There. And, well, guess what? We've got our stuff. More than enough now. If I have that as the setup, giving me enough space for the output line, well, Now each one of these is the equivalent of 3. And instead of 13, I need, well, 3, 6, 9, 12. I don't need these anymore if I have this. But that's not even the final form, because we could have that, and we could have that. So now we have 1 being surrounded by 9, or 8, 1 surrounded by 8 of these things. And that, of course, can be repeated across the whole thing. Now, when one of these is surrounded by 8, that is a, what is it? It's 50% each, so that's plus 400% on this one building. This building is now the equivalent of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 added to the base 1. So one of these is 5. So that's 5, 10, 15 off of these 3. And there you go. And it's input, output. In and out, in and out, in and out. And suddenly, 13 has become 3. This uses a ton of power. A ton more power than a longer setup without the beacons. But I don't think I care. I'm going to do this anyway. The power of the not having entities. The not as many entities. Now, we did this through how many beacons? 18 beacons. Right? We have 21 entities here of buildings and 6 inserters. Versus, so we have 18, 19, 20, 21, 27. We have 27 actual entities here, plus the belt units, but that's, we can ignore the belt units. Yeah, there's also going to be a difference with the belt units. But the point I'm going to make here, 27 building type entities / inserters with buildings. That other one is 13, but that is more productivity modules overall versus the speed modules. It's also more inserters. 13 plus twice the amount in inserters is another 26 plus 13. So 39. 39 entities. This is 27. So this is still saving on the overall entity count, and it saves on the math done to move the inserters from the setup. So there's still a savings there. There's still a savings on inserter count and inserter math that needs to be done by the game, because we only have 6 versus 26. And fewer productivity modules getting used are very valuable productivity modules, and fewer electric furnaces. It's a few more on the individual buildings through the beacons, but it's a lot fewer inserters. And it's less units of belt. Fewer units of belt to take into account and consider. Now, next, we have a similar situation with these assembling machines. I could do the exact same thing with these assembling machines. I'm just going to have the 2 assembling machines. They are impacted by these 3. Realistically, I would have this here. It would get impacted by 3 each. That would be 1.5x. Plus 150%, which would make these the equivalent of 2.5. So this is the equivalent of 5 between these 2. That's more than what I need by a fair bit, as is without any more beacons. So that's fine. It fits what I need. Let's get the gear wheels here. going, and this will combine with whatever this stuff is, the batteries, I suppose. And then this line will come in here for this. Now, I don't care as much about the quantum computer, because the quantum computer is a little bit different. Just a little bit different. In that it is significantly larger on the quantum computer, and we can fit many beacons around this quantum computer. I'm going to leave it at 6. That is making 1 the equivalent of 4. I only need 3. So there we go. Now we know. I also need a few of the long-handed inserters to take care of the throughput that I will have here. Don't forget to actually physically add the productivity modules to all of these things. That would be bad. And let's get everything powered. Power on the everything. The everything must get power. Hook it up to the grid for me. There. Excellent. Excellent. Make those advanced tech cards the most advanced of the advanced. I'm actually going to use a loader so that I can swing this out here. And down and in. There we go. And there. We have advanced tech cards. They are now moving. They are flowing freely. It is glorious. Glorious. And we can see crafting speed plus 370. That's after the productivity reduction. We just have to pay attention that this is being influenced by 8, and each one's throwing out a plus 70 or plus 50 speed on it. Yes, this uses a lot of power, but guess what? I have a lot of power, because last time we met, we did a lot of power through the power of the fusion reactor. I am going to get into antimatter reactors as quickly as I can. That is not to say that that'll be something I'll do forever. Excuse me. Hello? Load. Load! Load me stuff. And the things. We're going to finish off this episode as I limit these chests, get some rocket fuel in you, get those in there, get this as advanced, supply to depot full cargo and circuit condition, set it to automatic, and set up the sourcing priorities for the advanced, the most advanced of the advanced tech cards. And we are now finished with the advanced tech cards. And then I have to figure out exactly what we're going to be doing next, because it's going to take a little bit of time before we can really do the Singularity tech cards, so it's going to take some prep. I think the next thing that we are going to do is scale our circuits again. I'm going to need significant amounts of circuits for the Singularity tech cards. A significant amount of the blue guys here. These guys, which... Wow, you actually have enough stuff to constantly move on these assembling machines. So I can upgrade these assembling machines, upgrade the productivity on them, and beacon the living hell out of them. Which will be great as I'm getting into the advanced tech cards, and the very first tech I'm going to pick up is the advanced assemblers. With that, folks, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you have enjoyed today's video, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff down below. Have a good old look at that big old blue join button and consider joining the channel as an erudite otaku, as well as supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat if you are so inclined and able, and I will, of course, see you all on the next one.